Welcome to Tradinglounge and the cryptocurrencies for the 15th of February. So we'll look at some of the indexes for crypto and also Bitcoin and some of the smaller altcoins. So this is the Chicago Mercantile Bitcoin futures, and what we're looking at here is we're looking at, well, the dealers are just the OTCs, so not interested in those guys too much. The institutional guys here, they're important, and of course the leverage funds, which are the hedge funds. So we can see here that they're long positions here and they're short positions here. So we can see that the hedge funds are still dominated in short positions here compared to their long positions, and they've also added positions to their short positions as well. So these each contract is 5 bitcoins, so quite a hefty position there. We can see that here, this is the leveraged funds here. We can see how short they are here for that. And I guess one of the other important things with this is that we know that we're approaching 50,000, and 50,000 to me is, in trading level terms, is trading level 5. And the number 5 is the second strongest number in the market. So it's such a good place to take profit, but also to start buying as well, because now the Bitcoin market is worth $1 trillion roughly, sitting at $50,000. So that's going to attract another level of player into the market as well. But there will be that profit taking coming in, which we can see that's going to be in this space here. This index here is called CCI 30. So it's 30 of the cryptocurrencies here for this. So if I scroll down here, you can see the constituents here for this. So there's 30 of them. The other one I've been looking at has got about 10 in there, and we'll have a look at that as well. But what I wanted to point out here with this is that, let me just shape this up a little bit into this space here. Okay, so I think it's on log scale here by the looks of it. But anyway, the main point here is the volume here. We can see the trend moving up with increasing volume. So that's the good news here for this. In terms of the wave count, obviously this is the low over here, but if I don't worry about that for a second and just use this low here, I can count this as 5 waves up here for 1 and 2 here, and then this move up through here would be all part of the third wave. So if we looked at this as wave 1 and 2 here, then this could be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, or it could be up for 1 and back for 2, up for 1 and back for 2, and then into the third wave here. So, you know, going much further up there. I haven't labeled my charts as wave 1 here and back for wave 2 here, and then up for 1 and 2 here. I've labeled it in more of a conservative manner, but I'm fully aware of the variety of counts that can be had here, but I always work to the minimum conservative count. But all I wanted to point out here was just to show you this index here so that you could explore it for yourselves, and also to look at the volume here and having a rough count here. This has still got further to go, and this index here hasn't taken out its previous high over here yet. This is stuck on log scale here, so I'm not quite sure how to change it. I'd change it there. Okay, that's changed. Wasn't too hard. So it hasn't taken out the top here based on the 30 of those constituents in that market. So the other crypto index that I've been looking at is this one here, which came on board some time ago, not that long ago rather, and it's got the top 10 in there. Now this would be really weighted towards Bitcoin, ETH and Ripple, so that would be where the main point of all that is, the main weighting of that. So with this one here, even if we look at wave 4 here and we look at wave 5 further up here for this, there's still plenty of room here. And you know, trends have got a beginning, a middle and an end, and we could call this the beginning here of this particular structure. This would be the middle here, so we still haven't got to the end of it. So I guess what I could say here, that if you're a hodler, then with these wave 4s here, you could expect like 30-40% retracement levels based on the trend from these current lows down here for that. Okay, so that's what you'll need to be. If you're going to make it higher up here, then you'll need to, you know, I'm sure that's no problem. Obviously traders have got a different world going on, but the main takeaway here is that based on this index is that we do have further to go up. The corrections are going to be wave 4s, so they normally pull back 38.2%. They may not pull that far back. They may even pull down a little bit further depending on news and those sorts of things. But those swings, these swings here, they're opportunities to get more rather than to get out. Okay, so you'll see that how you see that. And just before we look at, well, we'll have a look at Bitcoin first, and then we'll have a look at ETH. So just Bitcoin quickly here, where we haven't quite touched on the 50. I thought we may have done last night, but not quite there just yet, but we should be there in due course. So in this instance here, I think that we looked at, well, we can go back and have a look at the weekly chart here. I think this was the trend that I drew out the other day. Doesn't really take into account all of the log scale starting back 2011 and 12 where Bitcoin started from. It does a little bit by having this large wave 3 in here for this. But once again, trends have a beginning, a middle and end. So if this is wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, we could look at this as the beginning of the trend. So every cycle has a beginning, a middle and an end. And so we're kind of in the middle here, sort of, aren't we? You know, and we still have a long way to go. So yeah, how far will, you know, what's the timing on this? The thing about Fibonacci with time, it doesn't work as well as retracements and extensions. So time really hasn't been pinned down in Elliott and Fibonacci terms that well. There'll be people that say that yes, they can do it and it's accurate. I've been doing this since 1982. I've won and lost a fair bit of money. I can tell you that double check that work, that when people say that. Sometimes you can get it, sometimes you can't. I didn't find it consistent enough to work with. So even just normal cycles get pushed. Even if you're talking Gann, he was the cycle man, wasn't he? And we know that markets are based on day and night, the financial system of crops being planted and seeded and harvested, and the accounting would fit in and around those important dates, and they all fit. So you know, the stock markets will be looking at where are we now? So March the 21st, 21st or 23rd will be the next main turning point really for markets. Well, the markets pushed up in March, didn't they, from the COVID? You know, that was on a cycle date. So you can, you know, some of them are there, and they're probably the easier ones to use. So you can break down those 4 seasons, the equinox and the solstice, and break them down and halve those and quarter those and work in cycles that way as well. Anyway, enough rabbiting on. Let's move back into the daily chart. So we're up at this trading level here, the 50. So we can expect the market to have a little dance around here, because 5 is the second strongest number. It's definitely a psychological finishing line, so to speak. And we can see that the futures markets are building up short positions in there. So, but at the same time, as I mentioned, that makes the Bitcoin a $1 trillion market, thereabouts. I don't know the exact figures. So that's going to attract some larger fish in this as well. For me, I just see the market needs to work around that level, and it can do it in a few ways, but we can certainly expect a little dance to go across there. Sometimes we've had this big correction at the 40 here, so we may see a smaller correction here for that. All said and done though, just to let you know, in Elliott terms, this wave 4 here can pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. I really don't think that's the case, but I'm just pointing out that that would be normally the starting point. Then we can work, the next step up is to work the 38.2% retracement level. So we can do that from down here. I'll just take it above there to 50, or 52 is fine. So the 38.2 is back here. So that's at 40,000. I mean, I'd love to see the market back here at 40,000 for myself personally, and I certainly know that's not all about me, but that is the support. I've got positions all below the 40, so I was hoping that this would give us 5 waves up here and then have a correction back to 40. You know, even if it comes to 41, 42, 43, 45, I'll be building in my positions there. I'm not interested in, I wasn't interested in building positions above this. I'll go for the other coins, and then when this pulls back here, I'll sell all my little coins and buy more Bitcoin. And then as that's moving up there, then I will look to trade small coins again, build that up again. So let's go in and have a look at the count. I've waffled on too long. So from wave 4 here, blue wave 4 to blue wave 5, we're looking for 5 waves. So just on the 4-hour chart here. So blue wave 4 here, we're looking at wave 1 here and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and going up for wave 5. I don't think it's kind of finished just yet. We'll look at that on the hourly, but I think I'll just draw it out. I think it's something like this, and then some sort of ABC pattern here, and then up to here for this, and then we can look at starting our ABC correction at that point. So I can move this wave 3 over to here. That can stay over there, and this wave 4 can pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, but I'll just sit it on the 4 there, just sitting it on the fence. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this area here on the 1-hour chart. So we've got this wave 1 here, we'll call that Elon's wave 1, and wave 2 here, and then wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. And then I was looking at this being, I mean, look, the top can be in here, so I'm just shooting the breeze here, but I think we've got 1 and 2 here, and then we've got the third wave moving up here, and the third wave is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave here, and then the fifth wave. So that's, oh, that could be it there actually. Oh no, there's still one here too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we've got this occurring here, and then one more move up there, and then we start this ABC pattern here for this, and then we have one more move up there. That's what I'm thinking of, and then we'll have our ABC pattern coming in across here somewhere. It'll be something like that, and then this will give the next buying signal across this point here for that. So we're going into green wave 4 here, and that's what I'm thinking with ETH now as well. So with Ethereum here, let's just I'll just leave it as it is actually, so I won't go into the whole history here, but we can see that it's getting really tired here. So this wave 5 may be in here. I was also thinking about one more little push up into there, but that top may be in there for that at that stage, and we'll be looking at this wave 4 move back here. it's looking a bit, struggling a little bit. Once again, from wave 2 here to wave 3 here, we have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So this is the beginning process, this is the middle process in here, and this is the ending process. But still, it still has further to go, so we could look at it like this here. And then we'll have that larger ABC pattern come into play there. So it's a little bit rough and ready, this one. So just, just laying it out how I see it. So now we want to have a look at some small coins. So let me just get organized here for a moment. This is a different charting program, TradingView. It's got all the coins on it, which makes it easier. I use Binance to trade through, but I just find their charting program a little bit basic. Look, this was, I didn't get into this, but I would have liked to, just didn't have the money at the time. So GRT here, I still like it a lot. So when it's come on board here, I was assuming that's wave 1 and 2 here, and going up for wave 3. So I think last time we spoke was down here somewhere. So, but 1 and 2 here, and going up for wave 3 here. It can go up there. So this is a corrective move here that will play out and then push up very shortly from here. There may be one more low to come in here. Before seeing that to the upside, just letting in. We've talked about this before, this particular one. I like this stock as well. This is AAVE has done really quite well. Not stock, coin. Yeah, I need to go back and check this. But what I wanted to point out here with this DeFi stock, DeFi product, is that we're having a correction across the 500 here. So that means any move back above that from here on in, we can go long on this. So this could also be counted as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here for this wave 4 to be over here. I understand that, but it doesn't matter because let's just say that this comes down a bit further here. Then the thing here is that any movement back above here, and then we'll be heading higher in the next instance. And the next instance here, if I just clone that, is 650. That's the medium level there. That's the next level that would be looking at to move higher in. Okay, so that would just make a nice trade from 650 to, from 500 to 650. Yes, it can move higher, but I'm just saying that's the next level there where we would see a correction from. So there's an opportunity there. If I see the opportunity to understand it better down here or on the turn, then I will present that. This is ADA. So let's just put that in. Where's my text thing? ADA. I mean, I've gone for Polkadot instead of this one, but I'm thinking of I've got some money to invest today, so I may put it into this one, but I'm also in Polkadot as well. But just to let you know here that all of this move up here, the labeling's moved around a little bit, or I've had it on a different time frame. This move coming up through here is obviously a wave 3, and we're going into a wave 4 at the moment, and we will see a wave 5 to move up here higher. So if you're in that, then that's okay, just stay there. The other point here too, this is at number 1 now, at number 1, so we're likely to see a corrective pattern like this here. So if this is the 1 through here, we'll have the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then the correction at that point. So we're still in the arrival to the reaction point here. So that's the arrival and the reaction. So we'll be pushing up above the level, but just to make you aware that it should fold back below the level again and then get up there and then push up from that point. Okay, just good to know that. So if we can just draw that out here a little bit. So there'll be another move here testing that support, and because 1 is the strongest number, and then pushing up again from that point. So it does give us some opportunity to buy in down here and also in here, and once we're finished with 1, then we can start to move up through the levels again at that point, and hopefully up to the number 2. I've been in Polkadot here, so things happen in these coins pretty quickly, don't they? So yeah, I still need to do a little bit of work on this. I don't think that's done. I'll need to expand that wave count up higher from that point. Just not quite sure the best way to do it. I think that I think we need to look at, that's okay there as 1 and 2 here. So this would also need to be 1 and 2 here and 3 here and 4. So we're still, I'm just expanding the wave count. I've done all the, you might think that I've made a mistake, and probably have really, but I always start with a conservative view and then build on that. So this is where we're looking here at the moment. So what we should see here is a push up from here and push down, and then another push up from that point. Sorry, my drawing skills on this platform are atrocious. But this is a major level. We're seeing the same thing here. In the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, the correction, and then pushing up from that point. So yeah, this is 5,000 that I had on here. So that's not doubled its money, but you know, heading in that sort of direction. So that's all good. I don't think that I will add to this one. I think that I'd rather go into ADA at this point next. And the other one I wanted to look at was, which I do have a position in here, is XPR, a Ripple. So yeah, look, I have a position down here. I was going to buy again at 1.5, but it didn't really get there, and then I got busy doing other things and life went on. But I'm thinking that this move down through here is what I wanted to talk about today, was that if I look at this as the A wave down here and the B wave to here, then we can look at this as wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the C wave here. So that makes a corrective move. So as far as I'm concerned, is that we should be taking out this top here. So we've had news-driven spikes here, and I don't know if we should call that wave 1, by the way, or this wave 2. I need to readdress that and just look at my thoughts. But looking at this here, I can see that we've got wave 1 sitting here and wave 2 here, and then this would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. So this has still got a little bit further to go. So we could look at this as a wave 4 here. I'm not sure, it looks like a bit of a wedge or triangle sort of thing. So we'll see wave 5 push up, and then we'll probably see wave 4 push down again onto that support at some point, and then we'll see this move up into the 80 here, and then we'll see another correction at that point. So that will come into the old highs here. So double tops are never the end of the trend, so that's always good to know. But it can be a little bit severe up here, so you may get away with it lightly, or you may cop a decent correction within this space, so you'll just need to be a bit mindful of that, or not worry about that correction. But I will just, I mean, I've got one position in there. If I build into this again today, then I will hold through wave 2 here, and I'll also look at it as an opportunity to buy more, and I'll do that based off, I know the fact that double tops are never the end of the trend, so this will just end up moving through it, as simple as that. So all good there. Alrighty, I think that I'll leave it at that today. Thanks for tuning in.